We stand at the crossroads of two worlds, the world of reason and the world of imagination. Reason shows us what is. Imagination reveals what could be. And here lies the great paradox: how do we believe in what we cannot see, especially when all evidence points against it? The answer begins within. Belief is not rooted in what your senses can confirm, but in what your heart dares to claim as true. When reason denies you the possibility of your dreams, turn inward. Imagination is your compass. It is not confined by logic, nor restrained by facts. It is the gateway to creation. Do not wait for the world to tell you what is possible. Assume the reality you desire, and live as though it were already so. This is not denial of your present, it is a conscious choice to rise above it. Feel the joy, the peace, the fulfillment of your dream as though it is happening now. In doing so, you shift the foundation of your reality. But belief requires persistence. The mind will resist, it will conjure doubts, backed by all the reasons why you cannot achieve what you desire. Ignore them. Doubt is but a shadow, it cannot exist in the light of faith. Each time reason whispers it's impossible, respond with conviction: it is already mine. Your task is not to figure out how. The mechanism is not your responsibility. Your job is to remain unwavering in your assumption, to feel deeply and confidently that what you desire is already true. The how will unfold naturally in ways that reason could never predict. Remember, you are the operant power. The world mirrors your inner state. Change the assumption, and the reflection must follow. It is not a question of whether this works, it is a matter of whether you persist long enough to witness it. So when reason denies you, dare to believe. Dare to trust your imagination over your circumstances, for it is through this audacious act of faith that you will see the impossible made real. Imagination transcends logic because it operates in a realm where limitations do not exist. Logic, while valuable, is confined to what the senses can observe and what the mind can analyze based on past experiences. It thrives within boundaries, categorizing and defining the world according to established rules. Imagination, on the other hand, is boundless. It exists in the infinite, a space where possibilities are limited only by the extent of your vision and belief. The creative power of the mind is not tethered to what has been or what currently is. Through imagination, you can conceive of realities that defy the so-called impossible. It allows you to step outside the constraints of logic and reason, stepping into a space where you are free to mold and shape your desires into vivid experiences. Consider this: everything that now exists in the physical world once began as a thought in someone's mind. The airplane, the telephone, and the internet were once ideas that seemed inconceivable to the logical minds of their time. Yet these inventions were born because someone dared to imagine beyond the constraints of reason. Imagination is not concerned with proof or evidence, it creates its own reality. When you vividly imagine something, your mind cannot distinguish it from an actual experience. The feelings, the sensations, and the emotional responses it generates are as real as those produced by the physical world. This is the secret of its power. Through imagination, you have access to a higher plane of creation, one that does not rely on external validation. It allows you to envision the life you desire, to live within that vision, and to bring it into being. Logic asks, how can this be? Imagination responds, it already is. It is through this creative power that you step into a world of infinite potential, one where reason is left behind, and the impossible becomes inevitable. Feeling is the secret because it is the bridge between the unseen world of imagination and the physical reality you experience. It is not enough to simply think about what you desire, you must feel as though you already possess it. True belief is not rooted in intellectual understanding or logical reasoning, but in the emotional experience of having what you seek. Why is this so? Because feeling creates conviction. When you feel something deeply, it becomes real to you, even if the world around you shows no evidence of it. It is through feeling that your mind and body align with the reality you are creating. This alignment is essential because your outer world is merely a reflection of your inner state. Imagine for a moment that you are holding a small child's hand. You feel the warmth, the soft pressure of their fingers, the trust conveyed through their grip. You don't need to see the child to believe they are there. The feeling is enough. Similarly, when you generate the feeling of your wish fulfilled, it is as real to your subconscious mind as if it were happening now. The subconscious mind operates through feeling. It doesn't respond to wishes or vague hopes. It responds to the intensity and conviction of emotions. This is why merely wanting something is not enough. Wanting implies lack. It focuses on what you do not have. Feeling, however, assumes possession. It places you in the state of having, of being, of experiencing. For example, if your desire is wealth, it is not enough to wish for money or visualize stacks of cash. You must feel the freedom, security, and joy that come with financial abundance. How would you walk if you were wealthy? How would you speak? What would your daily life look like? As you immerse yourself in these feelings, you shift your inner state to align with the reality of wealth. Feelings also have a magnetic quality. When you consistently generate the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you send out an energetic signal to the universe. This signal attracts people, opportunities, and circumstances that resonate with your inner state. The external world reorganizes itself to match the reality you are holding within. However, many people allow their feelings to be dictated by external conditions. They look at their bank account, their relationships, or their current circumstances and feel lack, frustration, or doubt. This creates a vicious cycle where the outer world reinforces the inner state of lack. To break this cycle, you must deliberately generate the feelings of your desired reality, regardless of your present conditions. Feeling is also the antidote to doubt. When logic and reason tell you that your desire is impossible, the feeling of the wish fulfilled overrides these objections. It bypasses the analytical mind and speaks directly to the creative power within you. It is a language the subconscious understands and acts upon without question. Consider this: when you truly believe something, it is not because you have gathered all the facts or proven it beyond doubt. You believe it because you feel it to be true. Feeling solidifies belief in a way that no amount of logical reasoning can. It is the emotional conviction that brings an idea from the realm of imagination into the tangible world. When you master the art of feeling, you hold the key to creation. It is through feeling that you breathe life into your desires. Every time you close your eyes and immerse yourself in the emotional experience of having your wish fulfilled, you are planting a seed in the fertile soil of your subconscious. With persistence and faith, that seed must grow, and the feeling you've cultivated will manifest as your reality. Assumption over observation is a principle that challenges you to look beyond the evidence of your senses and align with the reality you wish to experience. It calls upon you to assume your desired state of being, to mentally and emotionally inhabit it, even if everything around you suggests it is impossible or unreal. This approach is not about denying what is, but transcending it to create what can be. Observation, as powerful as it may seem, is inherently reactive. It ties you to the present moment, to the circumstances that have already been created by your past thoughts and beliefs. When you observe only what is, you are reinforcing the current reality, anchoring yourself to the limitations of what has already manifested. To change your reality, you must first rise above observation and embrace assumption. Assumption is proactive. It is the deliberate act of choosing your inner state regardless of external conditions. It is the mental posture of living in the end, of claiming and embodying your desired reality as though it were already true. When you assume your desired reality, you engage the creative power of your imagination, shaping the unseen forces that bring your desires into being. Consider this: your mind is like a projector, and your assumptions are the film being projected. The world you observe is merely the screen onto which your assumptions are cast. If you want to change what you see on the screen, you must change the film, your inner assumptions. Merely observing the screen and wishing for it to display something different will achieve nothing. You must rewrite the assumptions in your mind to alter the reflection in your world. But how do you assume a reality that contradicts what you currently see? The answer lies in feeling. When you assume, you don't merely think about your desired reality, you feel as if it is already true. You walk, speak, and think as the person who has already achieved what you desire. This shift in consciousness may feel unnatural at first, but with persistence, it becomes second nature. Assumption over observation also requires discipline. The world around you will often scream in contradiction to your desires. You may face doubts, setbacks, and circumstances that seem to confirm the impossibility of your goals. But remember, these are remnants of your past beliefs and assumptions. They are echoes, not evidence of what is to come. Your present assumptions hold the power to overwrite them. This principle also teaches you the importance of selective focus. Not everything in your current reality deserves your attention. Focus only on what aligns with your desires. If you constantly observe and react to conditions that contradict your wishes, you give them power. Instead, redirect your attention inward to the reality you are assuming. Let it dominate your thoughts, feelings, and imagination. History is filled with individuals who practiced assumption over observation. Great inventors, visionaries, and pioneers often ignored the so-called facts of their time to pursue what others deemed impossible. They assumed success long before the world recognized it. They lived in their desired reality mentally, and the outer world eventually conformed to their vision. This principle is not about wishful thinking or blind optimism. It is about embodying a state of being so fully that the outer world has no choice but to align with it. The laws of the universe dictate that your external reality must mirror your inner state. When you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you set in motion a chain of events that lead to its manifestation. To assume is to trust in the unseen, to act with conviction, even when the evidence is not yet visible. It requires faith, not in something external, but in your own creative power. Observation limits you to what already exists. Assumption liberates you to create what has yet to be seen. It is the cornerstone of transformation, the foundation upon which dreams are built and realized. Faith in the unseen is the cornerstone of transformation, the silent force that enables you to transcend the visible and access the infinite potential of the invisible. It is a deep trust, not in what your eyes can perceive or your senses can confirm, but in the reality that exists beyond physical evidence. This principle teaches that the seeds of your desires are planted in the unseen realm, and faith is the water that nurtures them into manifestation. The visible present is merely a snapshot, a reflection of past beliefs and actions. It is a temporary state, subject to change and transformation. However, many people become prisoners of what they see, allowing their current circumstances to define what they believe is possible. A faith in the unseen liberates you from this limitation, enabling you to focus on what can be rather than what is. The unseen potential is the realm of imagination, ideas, and possibilities. It is the formless essence from which all things emerge. Everything you now see in the physical world, every invention, every achievement, every reality once existed only in the unseen. It began as an idea, a vision, a feeling in someone's mind before it took shape in the physical world. To have faith in the unseen is to align yourself with this creative process, to trust that your desires, once conceived, are as real as the ground beneath your feet, even if they are not yet visible. Faith is not passive. It is an active force that requires you to live in alignment with the reality you seek. When you trust in the unseen, you act as though your desire is already fulfilled. This doesn't mean pretending or ignoring your current circumstances. It means embodying the feelings, attitudes, and beliefs of the person you wish to become. You walk with confidence, speak with assurance, and think with clarity, knowing that the unseen is already working to bring your desires to fruition. The challenge of faith in the unseen lies in the patience it demands. The physical world operates within time, but the unseen operates beyond it. This means there may be a delay between the moment you plant the seed of your desire and the moment it blossoms into reality. During this period, doubt and fear may arise. The visible present may seem to contradict the reality you are creating, but faith requires you to persist, to hold steadfastly to your vision despite appearances. Faith in the unseen also requires silence and inner stillness that allows you to hear the quiet whispers of intuition and guidance. When you are too focused on the noise of the visible world, you may miss the subtle signs and opportunities that the unseen provides. Trusting the unseen is not just about belief, it is about attuning yourself to its presence, becoming sensitive to the ways in which it speaks and acts in your life. This principle is deeply personal. It cannot be proven or measured by external standards. yet it is the most powerful force you can harness. Faith in the unseen transforms obstacles into stepping stones. It allows you to see opportunities where others see limitations. It strengthens you to move forward, even when the path is unclear. Throughout history, faith in the unseen has been the driving force behind humanity's greatest achievements. Explorers set sail without knowing what lay beyond the horizon. Innovators created technologies that defied the understanding of their time. Leaders envisioned a better world and inspired others to believe in what could be. All of this was possible because they trusted in the unseen potential rather than the visible present. To live with faith in the unseen is to live with certainty in the face of uncertainty. It is to walk forward not because the path is clear, but because you trust that the ground will rise to meet your steps. It is to hold a vision of your desired reality so vividly and so persistently that the physical world has no choice but to conform to it. The visible present is a reflection of what has been. The unseen potential is the promise of what can be. Faith bridges the gap between the two, empowering you to create a life that is not limited by current circumstances but is guided by the limitless possibilities of the unseen. Revision transforms resistance by giving you the power to rewrite your mental impressions and align them with the outcomes you desire. It is the art of consciously reinterpreting the events of your life, past or present, to match the reality you wish to experience. Through revision, you dissolve the mental and emotional resistance that holds you back and replace it with a state of harmony that attracts your desired outcomes effortlessly. Every event, no matter how insignificant or impactful, leaves an imprint on your mind. These impressions shape your beliefs, emotions, and expectations. If you carry impressions of failure, rejection, or limitation, they become barriers that block the manifestation of your desires. Revision is the tool that allows you to go back and change these impressions, transforming obstacles into stepping stones for your success. This process is not about denying or ignoring what happened. It is about seeing the event through the lens of your desired outcome. For example, if you experienced a setback or rejection, instead of dwelling on the disappointment, you rewrite the event in your mind as though it unfolded in your favor. You imagine the outcome you wanted, feel the emotions associated with that outcome, and allow this new impression to overwrite the old one. The power of revision lies in its ability to alter the subconscious. The subconscious does not differentiate between real and imagined experiences. It accepts whatever you impress upon it as truth. By revising a past event in your imagination, you change the narrative stored in your subconscious. This in turn changes your inner state, your beliefs, and ultimately your external reality. Consider the story of someone who faces constant rejection in relationships. Each rejection reinforces the belief that they are unworthy of love, creating a cycle that attracts more rejection. Through revision, this person can revisit these moments of rejection in their imagination and rewrite them. They can visualize being accepted, valued, and loved. As they do this, their subconscious begins to align with the new narrative, dissolving the resistance created by the old one. Revision is also a tool for transforming negative emotions. Many people carry the weight of guilt, anger, or regret from past experiences. These emotions create resistance, making it difficult to move forward. By revising the event that caused the emotion, you can release its hold on you. For instance, if you regret a decision you made, you can imagine making a better choice and experiencing the positive outcome it would have brought. This act of revision not only changes your perception of the past, but also frees you from the emotional resistance tied to it. One of the most profound aspects of revision is its ability to influence the present and the future. When you revise a past event, you change the vibration you are sending out to the universe. This change in vibration alters the circumstances you attract. It is as though the revised event becomes the new seed from which your reality grows. The practice of revision requires imagination and persistence. It is not enough to casually think about a different outcome. You must immerse yourself in the revised experience as though it were real. Feel the emotions, hear the sounds, and see the details of the new scenario. Make it vivid and alive in your mind. The more you do this, the more deeply the new impression takes root in your subconscious. Many people struggle with revision because they are attached to the story of their past. They replay events in their minds, reinforcing feelings of victimhood, regret, or anger. Revision breaks the cycle by giving you the power to reclaim your narrative. It reminds you that the past is not fixed, it is fluid and subject to the power of your imagination. Through revision, you take responsibility for your inner world. You no longer see yourself as a victim of circumstances, but as the creator of your reality. You understand that resistance is not something external holding you back. It is the result of the impressions you carry. By transforming those impressions, you dissolve the resistance and open the door to the life you desire. Revision also strengthens your faith in the creative power within you. As you see the results of your revisions manifest in your life, you realize that you are not bound by the limitations of the past. You become more confident in your ability to shape your reality, knowing that nothing is beyond the reach of your imagination. Every moment is an opportunity for revision. Whether you are reflecting on a past event or experiencing something unpleasant in the present, you have the power to rewrite it in alignment with your desires. This process not only transforms resistance but also empowers you to live a life of intentional creation. By choosing to revise your mental impressions, you take control of your inner world and in doing so transform your outer reality. Persisting beyond doubt is one of the most powerful practices you can adopt in your journey to manifest your desires. Doubt is an inevitable part of the human experience, a natural reaction to the unknown and the uncertain. It arises when our senses and logic tell us that what we desire seems improbable or impossible. Yet doubt is not a permanent state, rather, it is temporary, a passing cloud in the vast sky of your potential. What matters most is how you respond to doubt. Do you succumb to it, or do you persist beyond it, knowing that persistence is the key that solidifies belief? Doubt arises because the conscious mind seeks to protect us from failure. It compares the current state of affairs with the desired reality and often finds discrepancies that seem insurmountable. This is a natural response, a mechanism designed to keep us safe. However, it is also a limiting force if left unchecked. Doubt calls attention to what is currently visible, what is already manifested. It feeds off your reliance on the evidence of your senses. But this is where the power of persistence comes into play.